Eugene Domingo.
The Philippines, comedy films are being watched by people and they're being hailed as box office hits because the Filipinos can't find them anywhere else. Exclusively for the movies. And in television, you cannot find any exciting sitcoms or any comedy shows.
Eugene Domingo in the house.
We love to laugh. We are a laughing nation. We can laugh about anything. We laugh about our government, our problems, our disasters. That's the way we survive things here in the Philippines. And like the newest slogan from the Department of Tourism, it's more fun in the Philippines. I guess we really are a funny nation, and that helps us to survive many things. And when people go to the cinemas, they want to be entertained.
Most of my films are really on the comic side, and most of them are actually satires because I think it is inherent in the Filipinos to have fun. You know, we love to laugh. We laugh at all sorts of jokes. And I think it is advantageous if you couple those jokes with a real message in them. For example, in The Woman in the Septic Tank, it's an all-out comedy. It's actually underneath all the laughter is really a statement about independent filmmaking in the Philippines. So it's actually a commentary on the art of filmmaking, but when you see the film, when you watch the film, you can't help but laugh, you know, every minute.
Ang brilliant itong bahay ito noon. Yung era una, ganda siya.
What I think of Philippine film or independent film right now, I think that it's young, it's vibrant, it's completely the antithesis to the commercial Filipino films right now, which is rather bland and very, very influenced by American film and television. I'm hoping that the energy can help generate a better, or rather the younger generation from independent films can move on to graduate to commercial films and thereby changing or reconfiguring the present state of Philippine cinema.
It was very good for the Philippines because in a country where movies are plainly for commercial purposes or commercial value, you have now a new wave of filmmakers who make films with messages, with important social commentaries, and which are awarded not just here but also abroad. Maybe in the next 5 or maybe 10 years, you know, the vision really, my vision is really to blur the lines between independent and mainstream.
The trend that you're talking about is independent film having an upsurge and commercial films getting less and less produced. But at the same time, the flourishing of independent film means actors like me who are not really mainstream and who come from the theater are given work, given very important roles to sink our teeth into. So this is very good for us. It is also good because in a sense, you're giving a voice to people even all the way from Mindanao, from Visayas, people who are not employed in the film industry. But since they have a story to tell and they can do it on a very low budget, they can do it.
We make do with what we have.
Filmmakers nowadays are more experimental, they're more ready, they're more into the reality of life. Filmmakers nowadays are not afraid. They want to they want to try everything. You know, that film viewing, like what I've said, could be in so many different ways. You know, it's how the filmmakers nowadays wants to explore. And I think it's the same thing with the Philippine independent filmmakers because we have so much freedom. Cinema now is very accessible in terms of technology. So a lot of people now, a lot of even students, they could make their own films. They want to tell their own stories.
Eugene Domingo has nothing.
Suddenly, everybody can make a film. I think it started maybe 6 or 7 years ago. A lot of filmmakers and maybe even wannabe filmmakers just took it into their own initiative to make their own films, maybe editing it at home or in small production houses. And I think the trend is still continuing, but this time it is really more popular because we have support from the private sector and the government, you know, with festivals like, for example, the Cinemalaya, which happens every year and is sponsored by the Cultural Center of the Philippines and Mr. Tony Boy Cojuangco.
Hindi ko na kailangan magpapayat pa for the role of It's now the right time for the audiences to give them a choice, many choices, because they're also get tired of the formula rom-com from the bigger studios, and now you just make them aware that they have a choice. I guess we are working on that. The independent film producers and the studio owners helping each other to make people aware that there are more fresh ideas, and this is not the time for us to fight, but to help each other. Because there are a lot of cable channels and we have to sustain and to help each other for Philippine cinema to be in the forefront of Asian cinema. Penetration, check na check. Gagawin ko lahat.
Filmmakers should have a goal, should have an objective, and so with the film producers. And we should be aware of these people, of people who are trying to exploit the situation. And also for the audience to be aware that there will be people who will exploit the situation, and we don't want that to happen. We want to have the same goal, the same objective, you know, to achieve what this independent cinema is all about. Philippine cinema is thriving, not only here in the Philippines, but I think in the whole of Asia or in the whole world at the moment, because there is really an impact of Philippine independent cinema all over the world because maybe of our stories, the way we make films. It's really very exciting. That's why a lot of young filmmakers now would like to explore, they would like to tell their stories in different ways, and it's good and it's very inspiring that the whole world, you know, not only in Asia, Philippine cinema now is one of the top among the films in Asia that they would really like to watch. So it's really very, very inspiring.
Filipino filmmakers think outside of the box because now they are talking to a worldwide audience, not just the Filipinos, and so they're taking risks in terms of filmmaking, in terms of storytelling. At the same time, it has also allowed newcomers to be watched and recognized by Filipinos. When a lot of times when new filmmakers have won awards outside the Philippines and they come back home and they show their films, more Filipinos come to watch their films.
That's why festivals are a very good venue for our kind of films when they were shown outside the country, because when we bring them here in the Philippines, people would love to watch them. They would like to, you know, they're curious to find out why. But of course, I'm talking about a small audience, you know, a group of people. They're not yet the mainstream audience. So eventually, we would like our films to be watched by the general public, not because of the awards, not because of the festival abroad, but because they are really interested with our stories, with the kind of stories that we are telling.